All right, in this next video, we're picking up right where we left off. We want to make 2 more blueprints here. We want to go into our init file here, and we want to adjust those blueprints. And then we want to go into our templates, and we want to make 2 new templates. So now we're doubling our blueprints and our template files, and we'll adjust the base. Okay, so to start, I'm going to just open up the samples. I'm going to copy the whole thing. Okay, Control C. I'm going to go back to my chat, which I just used. I'm going to say, using the data structure from the DBML, convert this sample.py file into a books.py blueprint. I'm going to paste it in. I shouldn't have said file. I should have said blueprint, but that's okay. Now it's going to come in here and it's going to just convert it over. And then what we can do is read line by line. So we're starting up here with books and books. We know that works. We have books here and books here. Okay. I don't like that being books here, but if we look at our code, it says sample and sample. So it's not book and books, but chat likes to do that. So I can, once it finishes, looks like it's almost just about done. I can say adjust the, well, I'm going to do this instead. I'm going to convert back over to with Canvas, and then with Canvas, adjust the code in the first route to just book and define as book also. So now it should do the whole thing. All right, there's book and there's book. And it's doing the whole thing. And I can also tell it just open in editor. And now it should just take the whole thing and convert it into the editor. Good. I like that. All right, so here's all my code, and we can look at it a little bit cleaner. Okay. Book, book. Here's books, books, books. Very good, very good. Come all the way down. Select all from books. Insert into books because it knew all of that stuff. So I'm going to copy the code, and I'm going to go over to my PyCharm, and I'm just going to right-click over here and say new Python file. I'm going to call it books.py. I'm going to obviously add it so it gets added. Now it'll go green. Paste in the entire thing, and now that is done. Okay. Now I can just go and tell it, create a new file for authors.py with the same structure and same data structure. All right. And now it should go in and create a new one called Authors Blueprint. Very nice. Okay, so we can come up here and double check authors and authors, authors here, author here, and author here. That right there is really pretty much all we need to check. We have update author and delete author, just how I like it. All right, now we'll hit copy, and we'll go down to PyCharm, and we'll right click on blueprints, new Python file, and we'll call it authors with an s.py and paste it in. All right, so there's our samples, our books, and our authors. I can come over here, I can right click on samples, and I can hit delete. Okay. Now in my init file, I want to register both of those blueprints. Okay. So I'm going to come over here from books, import books. Okay. And we can do it again from app.blueprints.authors, import authors. All right, now let's register those. We'll just copy that, paste it here. I'm gonna hit enter, and it's gonna do authors automatically with the GitHub Copilot. So now I have registered my blueprints. That's the second step. All right, now I want to come over to my samples, and I want some templates. So I'm going to copy this template, and I'm going to go back to my chat and say, now make a books.html template, like so. And I'm going to paste in the other template from samples, and it should give me a books template based off all the information that it knows. Okay. And up here, we'll talk about this in the next chapter, but for right now, it should just be good enough to work. Okay. It's not great, but it's good enough to work. So I'm going to right click over here, new, and then HTML file, and it's going to be called books.html with the books. I'm going to highlight the whole thing and just replace everything with that because it's going to extend off base. And then I'm going to do it again. I'm just going to go right back and say, now make me a new one for authors.html. And it should make me another one for authors.html. Okay, I'm going to copy that code, and I'm going to come in here and right click on templates, new, HTML file, authors.html, copy, select the whole thing, paste it in. That all looks great. Now, I can delete samples. Okay, I can go into my base, and in my base, here's samples. I don't want that. Instead, I want to put in books, and I want to put in authors. Now, there's a bunch of stuff in here that needs to get changed, right? If I copy all of that and go right into chat, I can say adjust this base.html file to, and I can paste it in and watch what it does. It will go in and it will fix, okay? It will fix the books and it will fix the authors. It added books and book, authors and authors, and it double checked your work, okay? So we copy it and we go back to PyCharm and we just paste it in. It kept everything the same, but it double checked that all the routes are going to work. Now up here, I'm going to change this to module 4. And at that point, this system should work. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to go Python app.py. And we're going to see if it works. I'm going to open it up, bring it over here. Whoa, that's too big. Let's just drag it right in here and just see if this will work. Okay, so it says module 4. There's books, nothing in here. There's authors, nothing in here. Now, let's go ahead and add a book. So the book name is Forrest Gump. Page count 200, author ID 1. And it should throw an error because there is no author for author ID. Okay, that's a good thing. Integrity error does not work. Okay. What we need to do first is in our authors is add an author. So the author is Brian Marshall. Click add author. Now I have an author ID of 1. If I go back to my books, now I can go Forrest Gump, page count, author ID is 1. Click add book. Now it shows up. The problem is I don't want this author ID to have the person guess who wrote it, okay? So we're going to have to fix that, and that will be in the next couple chapters. Also, if I go to update this, it doesn't know where the update book.html is, okay? So we're going to fix those things in the next lesson.